Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, RelaxCutGlue. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. So I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so excuse me if I cough or have to do that where I clear my throat. I know that's super annoying and I apologize. So I have to catch my breath. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what is going on? So yesterday I was looking through my comments and replying to people from my video, and Ming's cat, a subscriber of mine, at least I think, posted that I should add witch hats to the little girls in my glue book. And I absolutely loved that idea. And so right away I went and printed out some witch hats, and I measured to see how big I wanted them to be, and I didn't want them to be too big because I already have images on this page and I didn't want to cover like that candy basket and stuff. So yeah, they could have been a little bit bigger, but I think they worked out really good and I really like it. So thank you so much for that suggestion. And then over here, this is one of the other things I printed out. I guess I should have done it on maybe orange paper. So I added, okay, so my glue book is made out of a Scooby-Doo little golden book, and I kept the story in my glue book fully intact and in order. But I also added in a book that I got from the Dollar Tree that is like a Halloween kids book. And I don't want the writing of that, like the story, to be shown in this glue book because I'm keeping the Scooby-Doo story, and that's just too confusing. So I'm trying to cover up all the words on those pages. So I just kind of printed out that little strip to put that on there to cover that one page. And then I'll do other things for some of the other ones, like maybe cover it with some washi or, you know, some stickers, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. And then I got an advertisement for By Mart, I think it was, in the mail. And of course, this time of year, they always have like all the Halloween candy sales and stuff like that on all your flyers. So I cut out this Reese's Peanut Butter Cup and Snickers candy page, or bags of candy, and I glued that on there. And then I also printed out some other printables, or printable images, and so I'm going to use those today. And I get so excited. Okay, so this is like literally the 10th time I've tried to do this voiceover, and I gave myself a couple hour break in between. But in the last one that I was recording, I mentioned that I like to add new things to my basket for my glue books because I feel like for me, it gets me excited for something new, and it gets me kind of pumped to continue going. So I print, like I said, because I was printing out those witch hats, I printed out a bunch of other things, and I just had so much fun gluing them down. One of them is that clown sign, and then I have a bunch of these little kids in Halloween costumes, and you'll see more. I end up using so many of them in this glue sesh. I had just a little bit of time before I had to pick Jackson up from school and then go to, he had a doctor's appointment. So I seriously had so much fun. Last night I came in my craft room and nobody bothered me. The boys were watching a new movie, and so I came in here and I was just kind of watching some documentaries and fussy cutting all these images and left them on my desk so that I could play with them today. And oh my gosh, so fun. So fun. Okay, so this paper says boo all over it. So I thought, oh, I'm going to print out some ghosts to put on there. So stinking cute. I love how it turned out. I'm not even done yet, I don't think. One of the things, and I think I talk about this quite a bit, you know, I have fibro, so I can't really remember, my brain fog. But my pages are really never done when I'm glue booking because I always leave it open. I kind of go with my gut and how I'm feeling when I'm working on a page. And if I'm kind of over it, I just flip the page and move on. I can come back to it another time. You'll see here, I went back, I added witch hats, I added candy to that page. So, you know, sometimes I just add a few things and that kind of gets your mind going and you kind of think about it. And then when you come across something, maybe in some junk mail or a flyer or a sticker, and you're like, oh, that would work so great on this page, I'll go back and do that. Now, one of the other things that Ming's cat suggested I do was put some googly eyes on all of those gourds and squash and stuff like that. And I love that idea. However, I'm not going to use googly eyes. And the reason why is I don't like that they're, I love that they're not flat, that they're bubbly, because that's what makes them Google or ogle. I don't know what the word would be. Anyways, that's what makes them move around. But when you're glue booking, then I would just constantly be pressing down on them and messing up my pages. So I think what I'll do is maybe use some of those eyeball stickers I've been using on everything that my friend Helen gave me. And I might put some of those on there. So back there, I put the Feed Me Seymour, Little Shop of Horrors, little plant. I've not watched that movie in so long. I need to watch it again. It came up as a recommendation when the boys and I were looking for movies, and they're like, oh, is that good? Because they like the cheesy, funny movies. And I'm like, well, it's super cheesy, but I mean, it's like back in the day it was cheesy, and now it's going to be even more cringy, So I told him, I think you need to watch it just because it's like a legendary thing. You just need to know that. I just feel like they need to see it. And then they can make up their own minds. But they do like a lot of older movies, so they might like it. I don't know. Oh my gosh, this cat is so cute. And I love what I end up doing with that page. I was watching a documentary while I was doing this, so that's why you'll see my hand go up. So my friend Eileen sent me a Happy Meal package, and oh my gosh, you guys, I already messaged her privately. Her and I talk, we correspond quite a bit, and she sent me tons of shark stuff for my shark glue book, which I showed Andrew the second I saw him today. And a lot of the stuff was wrapped in like Halloween themed things, and one of them was this tissue paper. Girl, I don't know if you have ever tried to glue down tissue paper, but it's a pain in the you-know-what. But I was determined to use this tissue paper. And it's kind of a risky choice putting the orange and black on a red page, but I wanted to break up the just stark red page and use some of the tissue paper that my items were wrapped in from my friend. So that's what I'm doing here. Man, you have to be so careful. It's like the thinnest thing ever, especially once you add glue to it and then your fingers get sticky and it just tears. I had to go really slow while I was doing this. But yeah, I love the way it looks. And then basically what I was doing was adding that for some extra background. So use up your stuff, the stuff that you get, your recyclables and all that kind of stuff. And then she even wrote me a letter or a little note on there. It says, beware for fingers when opening. And so I'm going to put that little note in my glue book as well, because I think that's kind of funny, like Halloweenish. If you didn't know the context of what was in the package, you'll understand. But yeah, so I think I'll probably, I was thinking, do I want to print more things out? It's kind of fun looking through magazines to find stuff. So I think maybe I'll harvest some more things to put in my basket tomorrow. It kind of gets boring when you're always looking at the same stuff, even though I've only been playing in this book for a couple of weeks, but I like to have something new to play with every day. Keep it kind of fun. I have more stuff I need to fussy cut. Actually, I just remembered. So I did a fussy cut and chat with the glue crew the other day, and I never finished all the papers. So I just remembered. I definitely have more things to cut up. So perfect. That's what I'll do tonight. I love how this page turned out. So again, I'm using some candy advertisement in the front of the Bi-Mart ad. And yeah, like when you get flyers in the mail, totally look through them. Cut out the candy. Cut out the bats that are floating in there to catch your attention. The pumpkins, all of it. Check for words. These are literally flyers that have been sent to me. And Bob's so sweet. He sets everything aside for me to look through. It's like the thrill of the hunt for me. I like to hunt for the things for my glue book. It's so fun. This is a little candy bar that I printed out. Oh my gosh, so Jackson and I are driving home, right? And these people were like so in my way. It was driving me nuts. Listen, I'm impatient. I don't feel good. I want to go home. So I'm driving and I kind of stepped on the gas a little bit when I finally got to go because I was like, crying out loud, geez. Don't judge me. Anyways, so we ended up going over this little bump. And so the car was like, woo! Jackson's like, holy cow, holy mama. And he acted like he was holding on to the side. Literally, I was not going that fast, but it was really funny. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I almost peed. And he's like, well, you need to slow down there, sis. You need to calm down. You had to have been there. Jackson is so funny. Oh my gosh, this kid. Him and I, we just go back and forth all the time. He's hilarious. He is. He's hilarious. His poor little arm is going to be so sore. And he got 2 shots on one arm. Yowza. I'm like, you should probably take some ibuprofen just to be safe. And he's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, okay, well, we'll see in a few hours when you open up my door at night and are like, Mom, my arm hurts. Listen, you can tell I've been through that. Been there, done that. Okay, so then I also cut out these little tiny little candies. These little wrappers. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. I want to go back. I do want to go and print out some like more little candy things because I think that's so cute. And Bob just told me that our grocery ad just came in the mail. So I'm going to go through that and look for more candy and like packaged Halloween treats and stuff. All right, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. My page is finished and I absolutely love it. Well, it's almost finished. It'll be finished in a second. And I'll add a photo at the end so you can see it up close. I hope you guys all are having a fantastic day and I can't wait until we craft again together tomorrow. And have a good night, guys. Bye.